Welcome to Pop Culture Rewind, and I'm John Messer. In 1983, home consoles died in North America. As we know, though, home consoles today are alive and strong. So what happened? One word: Nintendo. How did this Japanese company mend the industry? Marketing and quality control. The crash of 1983 was the proclaimed death of home consoles, but only in North America. In Japan, that same year, Nintendo launched their family computer, or Famicom, as a popular video game console. However, they wanted to break into the North American market, and when dozens of companies went under over the course of 1983, Nintendo saw a void waiting to be filled. They needed an overhaul, though. The American public was sick of toy-marketed game machines. Even the word video game console was taboo. The brightly colored Famicom was not going to cut it. So even though the internal components were mostly the same, the machine went under a major cosmetic overhaul. Enter the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES. Everything about its appearance was calculated. The gray color screen, front-loading cartridge slot, and bigger bulk were all designed to make it appear closer to a VHS. In other words, to make it look like it belongs next to your TV. Even the name was calculated, as Entertainment System downplayed its status as a video game console. In other words, this was no toy. This was an upgrade to any TV setup. Rebranding of the industry didn't stop there. Past ads for video games on consoles often focused on the console itself, building up the hype of the Atari, for instance. Nintendo instead focused on the games, pouring out ads about how great it was to play Mario or Zelda or Duck Hunt. You didn't buy the NES because you wanted to own one. You bought an NES because that's the only way to play these amazing games. Quality control was key, and Nintendo's games-first perspective refreshed public interest. Unlike before, where the games themselves were almost an afterthought, Nintendo's titles were fun. They looked great, sounded great, and played fantastically. Whereas the Atari 2100 titles in retrospect are clunky and hard to play, Mario and Zelda are just as inviting to play today as they were in 1985. With Nintendo leading the way, companies like Sega followed, later Sony, and eventually a domestic American company got back in the game in 2001 with Microsoft's Xbox. The most important thing to take away from all of this is that Nintendo didn't just refresh the market, it reinvented it, changed the standards, updated the paradigm. It more or less created a stable industry for games in North America. Every Xbox and PlayStation owes them for that. This has been Pop Culture Rewind. I'm John Messer, signing out.